Hey everybody, glad to be back. It's been a while since I put any videos out, but honestly, between sports and work, these videos are very time consuming to edit. If I didn't have anything else to do, or if I was getting paid to do these videos, it'd be a different situation. But I'm not collecting any money for these or anything, so I'm doing it on my own time, and it's just time consuming editing videos together, splicing and cutting and all that. So I will be doing editing, of course, but it's going to be a lot simpler, make it easier on me, and then I can actually put out videos when I want to. Less hassle. So this is something I actually recorded a couple months ago, just now getting to putting it out, so I hope you enjoy. It's just a real simple EDC video and a truck emergency kit, so I hope you like it. Alright guys, just a quick run through of the EDC that I keep in my pockets every single day anytime I'm out of the house. When I'm at home, I keep a knife near me or on me, but at home this stuff is in my pockets every time, or I'm sorry, outside of the home this stuff's in my pockets every time I go out the door. We're going to start with my EDC wallet here, something that I just put together. Got some cash in there. These are just plain old rubber bands. They're not Ranger bands, just because I had them. I always have some cash in here. That's only about 50 bucks. I keep ones on the outside, so no matter how much it is, it doesn't look like a large amount of money. This is one of these credit card knives. You fold this up, fold the blade out, fold the handles around each side, and it becomes a little knife. They're pretty effective. They're not the sharpest, best knives ever, but it's a knife. It is something that you can keep pretty concealed. You could probably get this in, not that you would need to, but you could get this into a courthouse sometimes. Carry it in there. If they say something about it, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot, and take it back out to the car. Usually not a big deal. Yeah, it's just a good idea to have a knife with you always, really. The rest of this stuff, let's see. Cabin's license here. Y'all don't need to see that, really. I've moved anyway. I don't care if you get the address off of it. Let's see. Let's take out the credit cards and stuff. Y'all don't need to see that. So this would be the next thing, really. This would be my lockpick set. This I have had occasion to use. Anybody that's seen my first SHTF video will see that I had a white one similar to this that looked like a credit card. But of course it's thicker than a credit card, and it said like James Bond on it. But yeah, this works. Me and my son were locked out of the house one day. The wife and daughters were out doing something else. We were locked out, and I used this to get us in the house. It does work. It is a lockpick. It is effective. This is one of those survival cards. Pretty cool little thing. Ruler on the side of it there. It is metric, but oh no, it's got inches on that side too. I never really pay attention to that actually. But you got a little blade here. Actually pretty comfortable to hold little blade. Fits right in your finger like that. It is sharp. Not that you would do any heavy work with it, but it's not expected to do any heavy work. But that's nice to have. Fits right in the card there. Little ferro rod. Little fire starting capabilities there. It probably works. I've never actually tried it, but it is a ferro rod. Got your compass and magnifying glass. Got a little can opener here with a flathead screwdriver and some kind of pokey thing. Not sure what that's supposed to be for, but this works. It is effective, and again, fits right down in the card there. It's also got toothpick and tweezers, kind of like a Swiss Army, except these are not the quality of Swiss Army. They're plastic tweezers, obviously. And then you got this little, what I think they call a sharpening stone. I wouldn't try to sharpen anything with it. It doesn't even really sit up above the plastic. I don't think a knife blade would hit it if you tried to sharpen it. But, yeah, I don't know. Also in my pocket would be my Swiss Army knife that I just dropped. I've had this for about 20 years. I've had this so long the emblem has worn off of it. It is, though, a true Swiss Army knife. As you can see there, Victorinox right on it. Try to get the glare off of it. Real Swiss Army knife. I've had this for about 20 years and have never sharpened it. This is the Swiss Army knife Tinker. They still make them the exact same way, and I have had this forever. I tell you what, this thing is razor sharp. Anytime I need to do some cutting that requires a super sharp blade, almost razor sharp, I'd pick this knife up before any other knife that I own, without a doubt. Can never go wrong with a Swiss Army knife. Next thing in my left pocket is my first flashlight of two. It's made by Bushnell. Yes, they make binoculars. They also make flashlights, apparently. This one works pretty good. This is a 2 AAA battery flashlight. Looks like they might be getting a little weak, but you can see I carry this thing on me. It is wore out from me carrying it in my pocket every day.
I use this flashlight. I put this flashlight through a lot of use. So we're going to the right pocket now. In my right pocket, first thing, it's going to be this Charade out the front knife. It is a Charade. I love that blade. It's okay. It's definitely a sturdy knife. Considering the design of it, there is no play in that blade, in that joint. Well, maybe just a little bit. But it is a nice knife. It takes a little getting used to. Especially the fact that the lock, you have to lock it forward, or this thing will open in your pocket. Because when you pull that lock back, all it takes is a tap, and that thing flies right open. This lock only locks it in the open position, so you can't pull it down. If you pull this lock down, then you can pull it down. It does not lock it closed. It will open no matter what position that's in closed. So that takes a little getting used to. You have to have that locked. I have to check it periodically because I do not want that to happen in my pocket. It could be bad. I may actually just switch to a regular folder because even though it's an out the front or switchblade, whatever you would call it, it's actually probably takes longer to deploy than a regular folding knife that you can just flip open or whatever. Next item is my second flashlight. This is the Maglite Solitaire. This is a 1 AAA battery flashlight. It's pretty bright. I like it. It's a good backup flashlight. It's surprisingly bright for how small it is. And the last item is a self-defense item. Saber Red pepper spray. Keep this in my pocket all the time. Shake it up real good every few days, once a week, whatever. And you get about 30 bursts out of it. I test it every couple months, month, 2 months, whatever, just to be sure it's still working good. So I've used about 3 of those. So I've still got 27 good shots with it. So yeah, that's my everyday EDC. When I leave my house, this stuff is in my pockets, plus my credit cards over here off screen that you're not going to get to see. But yeah, that's my EDC. Alright guys, so quick rundown of the stuff that I keep in our family vehicle. This stuff is with us anytime we go anywhere in our truck. I have some other stuff in my work van, but this stays with the family all the time. And what we're going to start with here is, I know it's Walmart, but it works. It's outdoor products, little fanny pack. Thing's actually pretty comfortable. It's pretty padded. It was about $20, I think. Came with these 2 water bottles. And I guess I'll start with those since they're on the outside. At least one of them. They're just regular sports top bottle, but inside this one, I have a Frontier straw. Effective little water filters. They do about 30 gallons, but that's plenty. I have a Sawyer Micro, is that what they call it, that I want to put in here. But I just haven't done that yet. But this is a very nice little bag. It's got an extra pocket here I don't use. That's kind of felt lined. I guess you could put a phone in there and it wouldn't scratch your screen or anything. But let's start with the little outside pocket here. Blister relief kit. This goes with us everywhere. Like I said, we do some stuff at all kinds of places, and we're looking around, and it's good to have something like this. Let's see. This is another Walmart item. This is actually pretty effective. This is some binoculars. You set them up like that, and they don't, when you're looking through them, they're not lined up exactly right, but they work. You put your eye right up to it. It's definitely binoculars. It definitely magnifies things at long distance. It's also got a compass on it that is accurate. I've checked it for accuracy, and a signaling mirror on it. And there's your little compass adjustment wheel. So it's a pretty functional compass. Got a lanyard on it. Just, you know, always good to have. Stormproof matches. Don't have to explain those to you. Everybody knows what those are. Let's see what we got inside here. Take the bottles out just to make that part a little easier. This is a heavy-duty 6 mil bag that I actually marked through graduations on this. 1 cup through 1 quart, which would be 4 cups, half a gallon, 1 gallon. Just so when you're doing stuff that requires water to cook, it's good to know how much water you're using. That was a pretty simple test. Just poured it in there and marked it as it went. Got some Repel mosquito wipes. It's only 30% deep, but it's better than not having anything, especially some of the places we go in the woods and stuff, and by water where it's mosquito infested in the summertime. Great thing to have there. I've got various snack bars. That was a little squished. I go through these and rotate them out. Usually about a month before they expire, and then we'll just eat them for snacks around the house. I tried to carry some of those food bars around here, but it just made it too heavy. I don't want the thing to be super heavy. It's not a bug out bag or anything. Before anybody criticizes it, this is just what we carry around in the park with us. And I'll tell you the story behind it. The reason I like to carry this is because we went canoeing one time. Beautiful weather. We're canoeing through this backwater. It's actually the picture on this this YouTube page for Keeping My Five Alive is a picture I took from that backwater. Beautiful day. We find us a landing. We get out of the boat, doing a little fishing. All of a sudden, we start hearing thunder. And we're like, oh, man, we should head back. So we start heading back. Well, we did not make it. It poured down rain on us, and we had nothing to cover up with or anything. We got soaked. It was, I mean, pouring rain. You couldn't even hardly see through it. So, yeah, ever since then, I've been carrying this with us, just in case. Got a couple 6-inch snap lights. Good to have, extra lighting. Of course, I always have flashlights in my pocket. Oh, look, there's another food bar. Folding shovel, nice little folding shovel. This thing is awesome. It actually is pretty effective. I haven't used this one, but I have another one. They work very well because you're always pushing down on it. If you lift up on that handle, it will fold up. But you're always pushing down on it, so it doesn't really do that. Nice little shovel. Good to have. Dig a hole, poop in, whatever. I've got five. That didn't come out right. Emergency ponchos, just because, like I said, we got rained on. 5 emergency ponchos, cheap ones are $1 a piece. You can't beat it. Keep you dry for $1. And I do have an emergency shelter. This is one of those Mylar blanket shelter things, just in case. You never know. This will keep you dry. This will keep you out of the elements. And in the little zipper pouch inside here, chainsaw. I'm sorry, not a folding saw, but a chainsaw, one with straps on it. This is cool. This thing works well. This is like a chainsaw blade. It's not just like a saw blade. This is actual chainsaw cutting implements. This is a chainsaw blade with handles on it, and it cuts in both directions. This thing is awesome. And then just a little first aid kit. This got your basic ouchie boo boo band-aids, alcohol pads, in a waterproof kit. You know, it works. Oh, got your seats all, and it's in a Ziploc bag inside there, where at least most of it is. And you know, it's an ouchie boo boo kit. It is what it is. Next thing I got in here is just tinder. This is just a little tinder kit. This is fat wood sawdust from where they chop up fat wood. A ferro rod, as you can see, it's been pretty well used, and some fat wood, and some what was it? Soy wax soaked jute twine wrapped around another piece of fat wood. And then this is really just a hacksaw blade. Does a pretty good job with the striker. And that's just, you know, basically just to have tinder and you know, something to light it with, because you never know when you might need to start a fire. Pull some of that water you're putting in that marked bag there. This also goes along with some other stuff that's in the truck. This is my the rest of my truck survival kit. We'll start with the Bear Grylls. I forgot what they call this thing. Para frame knife or frame knife or something like that. I actually unwrapped the paracord that came on this and wrapped it with tender cord. So this is a fire starting implement, and this is a nice little sheath, man. This is I've got it set up to carry it sideways. I like it like that. I love this knife. I tell you what, this thing is sharp. When I first got it, I accidentally sliced myself just barely touching the blade, pulling it out of there. That's a pretty good knife. I know it's Bear Grylls, but it is a Gerber. It is a nice knife. I really like that. Let's see. Got this band around the bag here. And this is what happened to those food bars that made the thing too heavy. We'll get to those in a second. But what I've got in here, a couple emergency ponchos. These are just some that came with some first aid kits. I took my first aid kit. Actually, I think I got this on a Wish, believe it or not, for like 89 cents or something like that. See, it's all in Japanese. That's why, because it came from Wish. Bite and sting kit. Awesome to have. I also added to this some little tinctures of anti-itch stuff. It comes with this razor blade. Everything you see in here comes with it except for this. I added these. I just bought a set of them and threw a couple of them in there. A couple of them in our other first aid kits. Got your different size cups for extractor, razor to shave the hair off around the bite area. My wife got bit by a brown recluse last summer, and we don't want her to suffer those effects again. This thing is awesome. Sawyer products, everything Sawyer makes is awesome. This is the SOL, oh man, I don't even remember what they call this thing. I've had it in here for a little while now. It just kind of stays in our truck, but this is a cool little kit. I'm sure y'all have all seen this. It's got the mirror. I haven't taken that off. I want to take care of it. This, I'll tell you what, this knife flashlight thing is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. This is not the biggest knife blade. It is a little bitty knife blade, but man, that thing is sharp, and it is just awesome. It does some cutting. It is a tight, super tight tool. There's no play in that blade. It's thin, not a heavy work kind of blade, but it's awesome. And look at that. Flashlight shines right down the blade so you can see what you're doing if you're cutting. And if not, and you have to fold the blade out of the way, it is a liner lock design. That's a pretty bright flashlight. I mean, it's not the best ever, but it's better than not having anything. And then the other end of it's a whistle. I'm not going to blow that for you. That'd be super loud on the video, but it does work. It is a good survival whistle. That pops right in here. Love it. This is one of those strikers. Everybody's seen these. These things are awesome. Look at the sparks that thing throws. Little compass. This compass is kind of hard to get out of there, but a little button compass. That works. I always check my compasses for accuracy. And on the inside, snare wire, tender, some nylon cord, not paracord, just some nylon cord, small fishing kit, safety pins, and just a small piece of aluminum foil. And that's all that's in there. It's not a huge kit, but it's good. Definitely got some decent survival items in it. Two things left here. That paratender cord, whatever they call it. This has got actual, you can light that register in there. You can gut this cord completely and get, I think this was 50 feet, so you could potentially get 50 feet of just tender and then still have your paracord. They actually make this that's got wire and fishing line in it also, and they call it like the ultimate survival cord. That stuff's pretty neat. I'm thinking about getting some of that. And then this is your typical Walmart emergency food ration bars, 2,400 calories. Like I said, this is just for my family. You break down the side of the road, run out of gas, you know, stuck in the snow, something like that. It's better to have than not to have anything. We got fire starting, we got food, we have signaling, we have several different knives, we have water filtration, so and the snack bars too that, like I said, I rotate through. So we have the food and the snack bars and shelter. So it'd be good to go with this. This is just what I keep in our truck. Not saying it's better than anybody's, not saying that it's the best that it could be, but I've thought about it long and hard, and this is all you're really gonna need, you know, just to get home or survive for a few hours if you're broken down or stuck in the snow or something until somebody can get to you. You know, this should make it, you could make it through the night with this, potentially. So yeah, that's it. In our truck all the time. Thank you.